YouTube is like the wild, wild west out here. You know, it's either touch or be touched because everyone has either been groomed or is going to groom. And I really don't want to be in either categories. But today we're talking about someone who's kind of relates to this. It's the whole thing. So basically, you remember the person who dropped like the song of the year. I can't believe this song came from an apology because it was an absolute banger. But yes, we're talking about Colleen Ballinger, and so Jojo Siwa was on this interview, and she was kind of like defending her. So let's take a look at this.
Speaking of friends, are you and if I'm wrong, are you friends with Colleen Ballinger still?
Yeah,
What do you say about that?
I've known Colleen for since I was 12.
We're not off to a great start since she knew her since she was 12, but you know what? Let's keep watching.
I was 12 when I met her.
And
she's always been nothing but kind to me. Her family, nothing but kind to me. I think it's really, this is the first time that I've talked about this, so I just want to make sure I say my exact piece that I want to say. The internet can take a lie and run so far with it, so far that it's to the point where you just can't do anything about it.
I mean, you know, I would love to see this evidence that it's a lie, but, you know, there was multiple people showing screenshots and videos and stuff, all stuff like that, showing that she was, doing all this, but, come prove me wrong, you can do it, just show me this clear evidence that this is a lie.
And I've had that happen to me, and I know Colleen very, very, very well, and I think the work that Colleen has done for the internet is incredible. I think her creativity is incredible. Miranda Sings is a character, is a comedian.
So she's alleged to be a groomer, a absolute weirdo, a lunatic, right? And you're sitting here being like, she's such a creative person. I think all of it outweighs. If you're a predator, you're a groomer, you're talking to little kids, I think that outweighs any creative, anything you've contributed. I think it really outweighs it, because if all this is allegedly true, then she's a horrible and a weirdo.
And I think that it's very hard to be a character where people are also looking at you as you're a real human behind that character. And I think being a comedian is very hard because you were able to do things years ago that were okay. And now that we've grown and we've matured, we've realized that they're not okay. You know what I mean?
Yes, darn it. I miss the old days when we could just groom in peace. I miss the old days when I could just go to the elementary school and, In all seriousness, she does have a point, things have changed, but the point really does not stand with what she's talking about. This lady is alleged a groomer, talking to children. What do you mean this was different?
But you, as somebody who's been in the public eye for a long time,
Yes.
Do you think that it is appropriate to communicate openly with everybody that reaches out to you?
No, I don't think that communicating with fans is, you got to be careful to not,
and that's what I'm saying,
to not blur a friend-fan line. It's very tough.
And
dude, I have no clue what kind of demons she's fighting, but she looks like she's fighting a lot right now. Dude, it's a simple question. Yes, it's not okay to talk to all your fans, and especially all your fans that are 12 to 15, really young children and stuff.
And I'm just saying this as a parent again. You said you started communicating with her when you were 12.
Yes.
This is genuinely a good question from Howie, and a good question to spark the conversation about what she thinks and stuff. Because it's not oh my gosh, I'm stuttering like Howie right now. In reality, it's not good for 12-year-olds to be talking to, 20-year-olds.
You want to be a
But you guys were in the same industry.
So we were
too.
in the same.
You guys were making videos and stuff together.
So
right?
we actually met because on Dance Moms, do you know Tadra Hall?
Yes.
So on Dance Moms, Tadra Hall had a party and invited the Dance Moms cast, and 4 of the girls went, and they discluded myself and Nia, who is another girl on the show. Would love to like make this up to you guys. She was like, I was wondering where Jojo and Nia were. Like, I had no idea that this was the case. Like, please, like whatever you guys want. Like, I just want to make the kids happy. Like, I just want Jojo and Nia to not be sad anymore. And so we ended up going to dinner with Colleen, and it was me and my mom and Nia and Holly, and Colleen was telling me that night about YouTube and how her whole family did it and how it was awesome and she vlogs her life. And that night is when I went home and I made my YouTube channel and decided that that was going to be my career essentially. And
This is a really cute moment, and this is, it's pretty, good and nice moment, but it still doesn't really change anything about Colleen, right?
That's a wonderful, sweet, appropriate story.
yes.
How is it for you now being her friend and reading some of what we read? Do you think it's all a lie? Do you think it's like, have you talked to her?
There have been a lot of people on the internet who have gotten hit with this cancellation.
Cancellation. This isn't like some white dude who, recorded himself singing a song and says the N-word by accident. People think he's racist, but he's not actually racist. This is not the same situation at all. She's being accused of being a groomer, a pedophile, talking to little children. Like, this isn't a cancellation. This is, serious stuff.
And a lot of them I know, some of them I don't know. And I look at it and I see that this is a sensitive subject. Somebody who is affected by any sort of anything having to do with adults, and I mean, for real grooming it's a very sensitive thing.
Her sitting there with no words and just having this face just says everything you need to know.
You must have really young people reaching out to you now.
I mean, I do, and it's funny.
What'd you say there? It's what?
Like, I realized when I hit 18, I was like, oh, this is different now. Like, cause
Right.
You're young and you're dumb, and I was like, I need to be very careful about this.
Yes, be very careful, unlike your friend was with all her little children talking to her.
Friends with Colleen and I is we were once. I became her friend, and she became my friend, and she became somebody that I looked up to. She became somebody that I idolized. She became somebody that I was like, wow, this person is a hard worker. She's a genius. She's a very strong YouTuber, and I idolized that, And so throughout our friendship, we've probably filmed 100 videos together, and she's cool.
Guys, when I was a child and a teen, I was friends with someone in their 20s, and they were cool to me. So stop. Don't cancel them. They're cool.
And I think the problem is the internet was able to capitalize off of her cancellation.
So this is where the clip ends, but this is not a cancellation. Jojo Siwa, just because she's your friend, and just because she didn't do anything to you, doesn't mean she didn't do anything to anyone else. Like, oh, she didn't do anything to me, she was nice to me. Well, maybe because you're a public figure, right? If she did anything to Jojo Siwa, her reputation would have been completely ruined forever. So that's also something that has to factor in. But anyways, guys, I hope you liked the video. Let me know your 2 cents, and also thank you guys so much for all the support. Like, last video was crazy. Thank you for 100 subscribers. I was literally staring at my phone. I had 70 subscribers, 20 views on the Nadia video, and it went insane. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you in the next one. Keep liking, and I'll keep posting for you guys. Peace.
Tracks of misinformation, the toxic gossip train.